From the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast, talking about the Browns' potential for 2023.
If injuries do not take their toll on this football team, I think that is, for me, where I think Cleveland has the most opportunity to really make an impact. And I didn't even mention another quality starter that they added in Juan Thornhill. Mm-hmm. So you have Zadarius Smith, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Juan Thornhill as quality starter plus additions to that defense, which was bad last year, right? Let's be honest. I think they have the talent that they need to bounce back.
Yeah, I really like the shout out here for Cleveland as one of the good surprises. And they didn't even get much of a bump at all for Deshaun Watson, right? His ranking within the quarterbacks wasn't a major asset to this overall equation. And what should be exciting for Cleveland fans is that there's obviously plenty of room for him to find himself and play good football because he is supported well. Mm-hmm. He does have what it takes to go out there and be successful. And for him, I'm guessing behind him, everything's moving forward and settling in and having a regular offseason. That's all going to be really beneficial for him finding his game again and, making some noise here with the Cleveland Browns. So I think a couple of really good shout outs here in the New Orleans Saints and Cleveland Browns as surprises in a good way.
And Brad, they ranked the Browns 9th overall roster. They also said the injury thing you'd say about all the teams. There is not a team that is deep enough to survive the type of injuries that the Browns had at their linebacking core a season ago. When you look at this roster, how key is that defense, and how big of an addition do you think Jim Schwartz is?
A massive addition, and I think in part because you're going to see him usually have 5 rushers, be rotating players, and part of the idea there is keeping guys fresh and maybe avoiding some injuries by having a platoon-style defensive line. And of course, if you have 5 rushers, you're only going to have 6 players behind them. That takes somebody off the field, at times as well, and that can further keep guys fresh. But I will say, of course, the injury, excuse, whatever you want to call it, it does apply to every team. I think that's a big part of this thing as well, as they mentioned the top level additions. That's also why a guy like me gets excited about the Ogbo Okoronkwo and other moves, because if Zadarius Smith gets hurt, you're not dropping down to Isaiah McGuire or insert replacement level player here. You're dropping down to a really good football player as well, and I think that was key to their offseason in addition to the splashier moves.
Yeah, I agree with you. Rodney McLeod comes to mind as well along those lines in addition to Juan Thornhill.